Extinction is a sad but a natural part of life. Over millions of years, many species have disappeared. Some went extinct because of changes in climate or natural disasters. Others vanished because of humans. Today, we will talk about one such animal, the Barbary leopard. The Barbary leopard was a unique, big cat. It lived in North Africa and was smaller than other leopards. Its fur was thicker and lighter in color. This helped it survive in cold, mountainous areas. The Barbary leopard was an apex predator. That means it was at the top of its food chain. Apex predators are very important for ecosystems. They keep nature balanced, but that also means any slight disruption could mean its own end. Sadly, that's what happened. The Barbary leopard is now extinct. The last confirmed sighting was decades ago. We believe it disappeared in the mid-20th century. Yet the story of the Barbary leopard teaches us important lessons. It shows how human actions can harm wildlife, and it also reminds us of what we stand to lose if we don't protect endangered species. So how was the life of the Barbary leopard? And what led to its tragic end? Conservation is more important now than ever. Many animals today face the same threats as the Barbary leopard. By understanding its extinction, we can help save other species. Together, we can make a difference. The Barbary leopard was a fascinating animal. It looked different from other leopards. Its body was smaller and more compact. This size helped it survive in cold regions of its habitat. Scientifically speaking, we call this Bergmann's rule. Animals in colder climates often have smaller bodies to conserve heat and energy. Its fur was one of its most striking features. The coat was pale yellow or grayish. This color blended perfectly with the rocky terrain. The fur was also thicker than that of other leopards. This kept it warm during harsh winters. The Barbary leopard had beautiful rosettes on its coat. These are rose-shaped spots. They were paler compared to those of African or Asian leopards. The rosettes helped it stay hidden while hunting. Camouflage was key to its survival. It also had strong legs and sharp claws. These allowed it to climb steep cliffs with ease. It could leap great distances too. Such abilities made it an excellent hunter. Its muscles were powerful but lean. Every part of its body was built for efficiency. The Barbary leopard's head was broad and strong. Its jaw was powerful enough to crush bones. Its teeth were sharp and designed for tearing flesh. These traits made it a skilled predator. Its eyes were another remarkable feature. They were large and adapted for low light. This lets it see clearly at night. Nighttime was when it hunted most often. Its vision was far better than humans. The leopard's ears were also highly sensitive. It could hear even the faintest sounds. This helped it locate prey in dense forests or rocky areas. Its sense of smell was sharp too. All these senses worked together to make it a master hunter. Male Barbary leopards were larger than females. Males weighed around 30 to 40 kilograms. Females were slightly smaller. Despite their size, they were incredibly agile. Their movements were silent and precise. The Barbary leopard's appearance was not just about beauty. Every trait served a purpose. Its size, fur, and senses were all adaptations. These helped it thrive in tough environments. But even these amazing features couldn't save it from extinction. The Barbary leopard called North Africa its home. It lived in a region known as the Atlas Mountains. This area stretches across several countries. These include Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and possibly Libya. The mountains were its kingdom. They offered everything it needed to survive. The Atlas Mountains are rugged and wild. They have steep cliffs, deep valleys, and dense forests. The Barbary leopard thrived in these conditions. It preferred high-altitude areas. These places were cooler and less crowded by humans. Snow often covered the peaks during winter. The leopard's thick fur helped it endure the cold. Forests were another key part of its habitat. Cedar and oak trees dominated these woodlands. Their thick canopies provided shade and cover. The leopard used the trees for shelter and hunting. It could climb them easily to escape danger or stalk prey. Rocky outcrops were also important. These are areas with large boulders and cliffs. The leopard used them as vantage points. From there, it could spot prey or watch for threats. Its strong legs allowed it to leap between rocks effortlessly. On the other hand, water was scarce in the Atlas Mountains, but the leopard adapted to this challenge quite efficiently. It got most of its moisture from the animals it hunted. This reduced its need to drink frequently. Still, it stayed close to streams or springs when possible. The Barbary leopard's range was vast. Each leopard needed a large territory to survive. Males had bigger ranges than females. Their territories often overlapped, but they avoided direct contact. Leopards are solitary animals. They prefer to live alone. This solitude helped reduce competition for food. Prey was not always abundant in the mountains. The leopard mainly hunted Barbary macaques, wild boars, and gazelles. It also ate smaller animals like hares and birds. Its stealth made it an effective hunter. It was all roses and flowers for this beautiful species, until human activity began to change the landscape. Forests were cut down for farming and timber. Villages and farms spread into the leopard's territory. This forced the animal into smaller and more isolated areas. Fragmentation made survival harder. The climate of the region added to the challenges. Winters were cold and harsh. Summers were dry and hot. The leopard's adaptations allowed it to cope, but these conditions limited where it could live. Despite its resilience, the Barbary leopard faced growing pressure. Their extensive range shrank over time. By the 20th century, sightings became rare. The last confirmed reports came from remote parts of Morocco and Algeria. The loss of habitat played a major role in its extinction. Without space to roam or prey to hunt, the leopard couldn't survive. The Barbary leopard was more than just a beautiful animal. It also played a vital role in its ecosystem. As an apex predator, it kept nature balanced. Without it, the environment began to change in harmful ways. Apex predators control populations of other animals. By doing so, it prevented these animals from overgrazing. Overgrazing happens when too many animals eat plants. This can destroy forests and grasslands. Plants are essential for clean air, soil health, and shelter for other species. The leopard's hunting habits were precise and efficient. It preferred to hunt at night. Darkness gave it an advantage. Its excellent vision and hearing made it nearly invisible. It used stealth to get close to prey. Then, with a powerful burst of speed, it would ambush its target. After a successful hunt, the leopard dragged its prey to a safe spot. Often, it climbed trees to eat. This kept the food away from scavengers like hyenas or jackals. The leopard's strength allowed it to carry heavy prey up high. Despite its solitary nature, the Barbary leopard wasn't completely alone. Mating season brought males and females together. Female leopards raised their cubs for about 2 years. During this time, they taught them how to hunt and survive. Cubs learned quickly because survival depended on it. The leopard's behavior helped it thrive in tough conditions. It was patient and adaptable. If one hunting ground became scarce, it moved to another. It could go days without eating if needed. These traits made it a resilient hunter. But the Barbary leopard's role went beyond hunting. It influenced other animals' behavior too. Prey species stayed alert and moved often to avoid being caught. This movement helped spread seeds and maintain plant diversity. Even scavengers benefited. They ate leftovers from the leopard's kills. When the Barbary leopard disappeared, these dynamics changed. Herbivore populations grew unchecked in some areas. Plants suffered as a result. The balance of the ecosystem shifted, and all the species felt the impact. In life, every piece has a purpose. Removing one can have far-reaching consequences. Humans and Barbary leopards shared the same land for thousands of years. At first, their relationship was one of coexistence. However, this relationship changed over time. Human activities began to threaten the leopard's survival. In ancient times, local tribes in North Africa respected the leopard. They saw it as a symbol of strength and courage. Some even used its image in art or stories. Others hunted it for its beautiful fur. The pelt was prized for clothing or rituals. But hunting was limited back then. It didn't pose a major threat to the species. But things shifted with the arrival of European explorers and their weaponry. During colonial times, these outsiders documented sightings of the Barbary leopard. They described it as rare and elusive. Some hunters sought it for sport. Trophy hunting became popular among Europeans. Killing a big cat like the leopard or the Berber lion was seen as a sign of bravery. And by the way, if you want to know more about the Barbary lion, you can check the video in our channel or just click the link in the description below. Let's waste no more time. As human populations grew, so did the demand for land. Forests were cleared for farming and settlements. This destroyed the leopard's habitat. Without trees and cover, it struggled to hunt and hide. Its territory shrank, leaving it with fewer places to live. Livestock farming also increased. Sheep, goats, and cattle grazed on the same land where the leopard hunted. When leopards killed livestock, farmers retaliated. They set traps or poisoned carcasses to kill the predators. This conflict between humans and leopards escalated over time. By the 20th century, the Barbary leopard was in serious trouble. Sightings became rarer. Conservationists sounded alarms. They warned that the species was disappearing. Efforts were made to protect it, but they came too late. The major problem was lack of awareness. Many people didn't understand the leopard's importance. They saw it as a danger or nuisance. Governments didn't prioritize its protection either. Laws against hunting existed, but were rarely enforced. Another issue was isolation. As habitats fragmented, leopard populations became separated. This made it hard for them to find mates. Genetic diversity declined, weakening the species further. The last confirmed sightings occurred in the mid-1900s. Since then, no evidence of living Barbary leopards has been found. So practically it's extinct. The exact date remains unclear. What is certain is that human actions played a major role. The Barbary leopard may be gone, but its story lives on. Its extinction leaves behind a powerful message. It reminds us of the impact humans have on wildlife. It also shows what we stand to lose if we don't act. The loss of the Barbary leopard disrupted ecosystems. Herbivores it once hunted grew unchecked. Plants suffered from overgrazing. Other species felt the ripple effects. This proves how interconnected life is. Today, other big cats face similar dangers. The Amur leopard in Russia has fewer than 100 individuals left. Snow leopards in Central Asia are losing their habitat. Jaguars in South America are hunted for their fur. These animals could follow the same path as the Barbary leopard if we don't help them. So what can we learn from this tragedy? First, conservation must start early. Waiting until a species is nearly gone makes recovery difficult. Secondly, education is key. People need to understand why predators like leopards matter. Fear often leads to conflict. Knowledge can replace fear with respect. Protected areas are crucial too. National parks and wildlife reserves give animals safe spaces to live. Corridors connecting these areas let species move freely. This reduces isolation and strengthens populations. Anti-poaching laws must also be enforced. Poachers kill for profit or revenge. Stronger penalties can deter them. Community involvement is another solution. Local people who live near wildlife should benefit from conservation. Jobs in ecotourism or programs that compensate for lost livestock can reduce conflict. When humans and animals work together, both sides win. The Barbary leopard's legacy is one of caution and hope. Its extinction warns us of our power to destroy, but it also inspires us to protect. By learning from the past, we can create a better future. In a nutshell, the Barbary leopard was more than just a big cat. It was a symbol of strength, adaptability, and balance. When we lose a species, we lose part of our planet's beauty and diversity. That's why the least we can do is to honor the Barbary leopard by learning from its fate. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time, Into the Wild Past.